April 18th, QB Manor, Fox Chamber. Okay, let's find that secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber.
Ooh, this is so exciting. I can't wait to see how it works. But do you really think the killer entered the Forbidden Chamber?
We'll just have to open it to find out.
We should also see if there was anywhere the killer could have hidden it in this room. Okay, let's get started. Apúrate, Apollo, apúrate. Look at all these feathers.
And bloody tracks, too.
Then we have Jinxie and Mr. Filch's eyewitness reports. And a newspaper photo. Our yokai's definitely not the shy type, that's for sure.
This is bad. Mayor Tenma's scary enough without people thinking he's a yokai. You're right about that. Mm-hmm. Still no keyhole, huh?
Yeah, and the door won't budge, just like those spiky bangs of yours.
Well, all it takes is some water, but I don't think that would work on the door.
Oh, I know. I'll break it down with a body slam.
I seriously doubt you could do that.
How do you know if I haven't even tried?
No, wait, don't! Ah! As much as you hate losing, Athena, I think the door would win this match.
Maybe the killer hid under this table.
That would be a terrible hiding place. The Alderman's body would have been right above.
Maybe you're right. Guess the underside bit is a bit... Wait, there's something under the table.
Let's check it out. There it is. Hey, look! There's something down here.
It looks like a piece of something. Only question is, a piece of what?
Oh, I know. It might be a piece of this statue. Remember what Jinxie said? The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup. It was a symbol of goodwill.
So this piece broke off and rolled onto the table?
Fox and Demon statue updated in the court record. Again. Two foxes standing back to back are depicted on this elegant folding screen. Could this have something to do with the keyhole? Wait a minute. Two foxes. There are two fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber as well.
Maybe the keyhole will appear if we do something to this folding screen.
But I don't see anything unusual about it. Well, it does have two foxes on it, and there are two fox statues in front of the door.
Then maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn the whole place upside down.
She's as excited as a kid in a candy store. Yup, you're right. There's a carving of the nine-tailed fox over the door and statues of him on either side. The way those two statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are two foxes on the folding screen as well. It can't be a coincidence, can it?
Hey, this statue moves!
Don't get carried away now. I mean, who knows? It might trigger a trap.
I can handle it. If a spear comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular karate kid.
I guess if you can catch something that fast out of midair, you can accomplish anything. Still, there might be something to the fact that these fox statues rotate. Maybe there's something around here that shows the position they should be in.
Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo?
We'll never find the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber at this rate. There's something about that folding screen. You know how these fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber move?
That screen might be a clue as to how they're supposed to position them or something. Hey, I bet you're right. Let's go over that screen with a fine-tooth comb.
All right. On closer inspection, I think there's more to this screen than meets the eye.
Let's check every latch inch of it.
I can rotate the folding screen with the right analog stick. And if I spot anything of interest, I can press A to inspect it further. You can also zoom in and out with X and me to get a better look. Now let's check every last inch of it. What's this? What's this? Looks like a keyhole or something. You think it could be the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber? No, it's just a picture. Still, you know what they say. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Hey, doesn't it look like the picture here has been cut off on both ends? Now that you mention it, it looks like there's supposed to be doors on both ends, but they're cut in half. Maybe those doors symbolize the Forbidden Chamber's door. Yeah, it definitely feels like something significant, but the question is what? It's a picture of a key. That shape looks awfully familiar. Oh, I know. It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber's key. Wait, what about that keyhole drawn on the center of the screen? You think the two are related? A key and a keyhole? Ooh, I just got an idea. If we folded the screen up just right, the key and keyhole should overlap. Hey, I think you're right. Let's give it a try. Look! A door! Yeah, and it's open too. The two foxes are now facing each other, so... Hey, what if we made those fox statues face each other? Apollo, let's go check out the two statues. Okay, help me move the two statues so they face each other, just like on the screen. Look! A lock appeared! Now we can use that key. Okay, here goes nothing. It worked! Time to see why this chamber's so forbidden. What secrets could it hold, I wonder? April 18th, QB Manor, Forbidden Chamber. These doors need some serious soil. Ah, that was like nails on a chalkboard. Oh, right. Forgot about those super good ears of yours. Look, more feathers. Eh! What the heck is that? Is that a Tenma Taro statue? But there's something odd about it. Ugh. All I know is I don't like it, but I can't explain why. You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you? What of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Really? Hey, look. What? What is it? Over there on the left, there's a bunch of staves on that rack. They kind of look like the staff we saw earlier. You mean the one Jinxie says she saw Tenma Taro carry? Yeah, I bet our Tenma Taro impersonator really did come in here at some point. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place. Yeah, let's first investigate here. A stone lantern. Like those Japanese garden lamps. Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there is no switch. Oh, here it is. What? It was hidden out of sight. I see Tenma Taro's cell has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai could want. Hey, there's a bunch of staves here, and it looks like one's missing. The Tenma Taro Jinxie saw must have taken it. I have to agree. These look like the one Detective Fulbright showed us. Why do you think there are so many here? Maybe they're spares. Tenma Taro might be, you know, absent-minded or something. But the fact that he has spare staves handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his fault and is trying to deal with it. Or at least that's my take on it. Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults, but I won't hold my breath. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy, and the fact that there's no dust on it means it hasn't been here very long. Oh, it's hand cream. Let's see what brand it is. Destinies Labelle. Labelle? What the? But then, wouldn't that mean Mr. Labelle was here? I guess so, but why? Well, whoever was dressed up like Tenma Taro
must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person probably dropped his hand cream at the time. In other words, the Tenma Taro impersonator we're looking for is none other than Florent LaBelle. This might be a big break for us in court tomorrow. Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma. Hand cream added to the court record. Black feathers. They look exactly like the ones in the Fox Chamber. That means the killer must have been in here at some point. The question is, why? Maybe the Tenma Taro costume was hidden in here. I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb. But when did the killer get in here? The mayor snatched the Forbidden Chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder. Wow, this is one tough riddle, all right. Looks like a gravestone or something. It reads, "Here lies Tenma Taro, age 80. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone." Say it ain't so! Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph if you ask me. Wait, you're jumping around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism. I'm not scared! Freak out central, right here, baby. Cut it out, widget. Denial is strong in this one. Looks like an old scroll, and there's something drawn on it. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe? A monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training. Wouldn't that just be a hiker? The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena. Oh look, there's some yellow thing strapped to his back. Whoa, it's turning into Tenma Taro. What's this scroll getting at? Is this how Tenma Taro was born? Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. Whoa, that's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tenma Taro has a staff. But the Tenma Taro in the scroll didn't have one. I wonder why. I feel like this could be significant, but why? Let's take a closer look. First, to go around this table here. Ah! Paulo, are you sure that's a good idea? Hey, it looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue. Don't open it! Who knows what might be in there? It's just a big empty compartment. And from all the dust and cobwebs, I'd say it hasn't been open in a really long time. That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it and... Wait, there is something in here. Looks like some sort of figure. But it's so dusty I can't tell what it's supposed to be. Wonder what it's doing here. Forbidden Chamber figure added to the court record. Okay. We've already investigated everything around here. What's this? Oh look, there's an air vent here too. I guess even Forbidden Chambers needed proper ventilation. But I don't think anyone could reach this one either. Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads. Well, the Fox Chambers vent didn't branch this way, so maybe it doesn't have anything to do in this case after all. Guess that about wraps it up. What now? We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah, I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions and Tenma Taro. Yeah, well, before that, I need to head to the Fox Chamber again, because I think I must have missed something. Let me examine this. We've already searched here, but it never hurts to take another look around. Yeah, because there's something that piques my interest. Right here. I just remembered this mystery novel I once read. The murder occurred in a locked room, and the perpetrator made sure to hide behind the room's door when it was open. Then when no one was looking, he made his escape. A clever trick, but it would have been impossible in this case. See this broken Tanuki statue here? The door must have banged in when it was open. Oh, I get it. The killer couldn't have been there because of the statue. Now that we know, we're done here. Now, let's head for the foyer. April 18th, QB Manor, foyer.
It's the curse! The curse! The curse of Tenma Taro! You outsiders are ignoring them superstitions at our peril. Mind your own business, will ya? Ah! Youch! What's all this about a curse? Tenma Taro's gonna curse us all unless you stop sticking your nose where it don't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say. Right. How about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstitions? Huh? Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine. You know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that. The same goes for my bracelet. Sorry. I promise I won't do it again. He almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget. The big jerk. I'm sorry. I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal Widget? Ugh. Yipes! Mercy! I can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood running in my veins. Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean? Glad you asked. The infamous bandit Azuki Kozo was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this. What exactly am I looking at? Looks like another one of those yokai to me. It's none other than the Azuki Kozo. Robbed from the rich to give to the poor, he did. And he'd leave one of these figures at the scene of the crime. What's more, I'm his grandson, because he was my grandpappy. Wow, you don't say. Thieves' honor. It's the honest truth. Ah, the sloshing sound of Azuki beans scrapping together in the dead of night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm Azuki Kozo, washer of money, giver-outer of wealth reborn. Forget the money. You should be washing yourself of this nasty habit. Wait a second. This figure looks familiar. Yes, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Forbidden Chamber figure updated in the court record. Hey! What are you doing with that there figure? Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it had been there practically forever. Could mean my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. He once told me there's treasure in that there chamber. Treasure? Now I'm curious. What do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber? Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. There's something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though. Your grandfather didn't by chance already steal it, did he? Seeing how there was one of his figures in there, that just might be. That's Grandpappy for ya. Bet he washed that treasure up real good before handing it out to the poor. Oh, of course, because he was so righteous. In court, you mentioned something Tenma Taro near the scene of the crime. Sorry I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me. The people of Ninetales Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenma Taro. Darn right, them superstitions scare me out of my wits, I tell you. That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on. So you plan on staying here in Ninetales Vale? Yep, I'm gonna keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rule book to me. Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales? Ain't you been listening to a word I said? You're gonna do exactly what the superstitions say. Well, I guess that's baloney. And for good reason. Because all of that is a whole bunch of hoopla! Now, there it is.
Take that!
It's clearly written right here. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. Ah! So according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in Ninetales Vale, but if you really believe in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now. What? I know you've been lying to me.
Time to come clean, Mr. Filch.
Yipes!
Yeah, come clean now. You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you?
Sorry, but I didn't have no choice.
So what was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Tenma Taro?
It's all that pretty boy's fault, Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenma Taro. Said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen.
So it was Miss LaBelle who muzzled you. Why would Miss LaBelle want to scare you into silence?
Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of that rumor, the one about her being possessed.
That rumor again.
I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumor.
Ouch! Hey, watch it! Village superstition stolen by Phineas Filch.
I'll be taking this back now. Kinda like family to me.
You could have just asked instead of stealing it.
Was that all we wanted to ask about Mr. Phil? Wanted to ask Mr. Filch?
Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenma Taro one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. And you freak me out. I'm out. April 18th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Lord Tenma,
your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence.
Why are you speaking like that?
Oh, Mayor Tenma, you've returned.
Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me.
That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time.
So, what can I do for you today?
We'd like to ask about the rumor that Jinxie is possessed.
Ah.
She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution's going to claim at tomorrow's trial.
Huh?
Ka-ka-ka-ka! No match is as warding charm for me! Ugh, the charm! Tenma Taro's back! Those foolish mortals, they shall regret blaming that child for my doings! I blew it! That question brought that yokai back, and he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared either. We'd like to ask you about something your A. Floor and LaBelle mentioned. Did you know Jinxie is rumored to be possessed? I know not of what you speak.
You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you?
I, Tenma Taro, Demon Lord of the Yokai, protect a mere mortal? Ha! Ka-ka-ka-ka! No affections do I possess for your race of humans.
Please, we already proved there was a third party, disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tenma's name.
But I have already told you, I know not of what you speak. I don't think we'll get anything more out of him.
It's all over unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant that yokai evidence.
Hey, Apollo, I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it.
Really?
Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain that whole possession thing.
Knock yourself out then. Wow, Athena's really something. I can really count on her when it counts.
Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism.
Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking?
Yes. I believe she's exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress.
Mr. Mayor, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job in Ninetails Vale?
When the child visited last. She did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob her of sleep each night. I knew it! That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can't be trying to protect you, at least not on a conscious level.
So then the Tenma Taro that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie.
Sleepwalking, eh? That would indeed explain the matter.
Look! Tenma Taro's spirit! It's left the mayor's body.
Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma?
Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you. Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you?
I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt.
I knew it!
You suspect Florent is behind all this? But why? Did he really want Ninetales Veil that badly?
Can you think of any reason why?
Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenma Taro for a spell. Could it be? Perhaps he was, attempting to release Tenma Taro.
That's crazy! Are you saying that yokai is real?
Whatever the case, Tenma Taro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn. You must not gaze upon him nor free him from his prison.
But how can people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenma Taro thing now.
Yeah, and I think we need to have another nice long chat with LaBelle. Your dinner is ready, Your Malevolence.
An offering to the Demon King. You may place it right there.
The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it.
Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time. Ka!
Yes, Your Malevolence, I'll remember that.
How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade? Well, we've already talked to Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma, so why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next, now that we know the truth? He won't be able to claim that the Tenma Taro was Jinxie or the mayor anymore. But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him?
That's a tough question. April 18th, Kyubi Manor, Foyer.
Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy, from the top. Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And when we, heard a scream, heck, what was the next part again? You have the memory capacity of a flea. This is the 30th time, you know. Now 100 times more and we're done. What on earth are they practicing? I ain't cut out for this. Whoopsie daisy. Ow! Oh, begging your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. It's just office practice. Yipes! Unbelievable! What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? Did Filch LaBelle's wallet just now? So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo?
Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we?
You peasants are so tacky. Well, what do you want with me?
Your confession of being a Tenma Taro imposter would be nice. Right about now.
Mr. Filch filled me in on a conversation you two had, and about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenma Taro. Filch, you fool! Yipes! I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth! So why did you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle? Why? To protect darling little Jinxie, of course. But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Tenma Taro. Interesting. But where are you going with this? Since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who was really Tenma Taro. Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Tenma Taro? So sorry to disappoint, but I am nothing of the sort. That's right! Mr. LaBelle even told me Tenma Taro was a thing, so why would he... I said Tenma Taro was Jinxie, you fool! Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea. Practice it 100 more times. Yikes! So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. Oh, I'll be waiting with a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. Filchy, wake up, you lazy bones. Huh? What? Was I sleeping? Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy, it did. Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow. Oh, I'm begging you, not another lesson. I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. Yeah! Right up the schnozola! Keep quiet and do exactly as I say. No! Please! Anything but another lesson! There they go. Missed our chance to get the truth out of him. Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie Jinxie told. We'd better go clear that up before tomorrow. You think they're done questioning Jinxie? Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane shopping for more charms. April 18th, Ninetales Vale, Yokai Lane. Accursed nine-tailed fox. The time for settling the score is nigh. My grudge has but festered over time. At last vengeance will be mine. She must be possessed or sleepwalking again. Maybe if I speak softly, I won't startle her and get a charm plastered on my forehead. Psst, Jinxie. Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Ah, my charms must have fallen off again. Phew. Guess I can avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel. Are they done questioning you, Jinxie? Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released. Yeah, which one? Oh, the one with the nine-tailed fox and Tenma Taro. It shows them dancing together. Really? Two bitter rivals dancing together? Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges. Oh, right. For the municipal merger issue. No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. It'll stop you two from fighting like you did in court this morning. We weren't fighting. It was just a spirited debate. It's what we lawyers... Ah! No fighting. Charm slapped again. Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about. Jinxie, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important? Eek! Like what? Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time. Eek! When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman QB were collapsed in the Fox Chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair. I knew it! She's holding something back. That's all he said. Right there, on her hand. Gotcha! You were very nervous when you said, "That's all he said," weren't you? I know because I saw your fingers move as if you were going to slap someone with a charm. Huh? Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Tenma say anything else to you? It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep. Talking in his sleep? So you admit that he did say something else? Yeah! How could you tell? Only a demon could have such powers. Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say something like that? Could you be a little more specific? Before he fainted, he said, "Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed Alderman QB." He said what? The mayor actually confessed to the crime? But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known what he was saying. He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare. A nightmare? No, this is a nightmare. This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we gonna do now? Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Right. Just believe in my client, even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair. Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession? I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer. Why would the mayor confess like that? Could he really have been dreaming or simply delirious? Who knows? But I sure feel like I'm in a living nightmare right now. Apollo, what are we going to do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived, and our clients even confessed. Not only that, Jinxie has been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are going to prison if we don't do something. I know. Well, let's see here. Our lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem. Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman QB and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox chamber. But the real killer must have been hiding in there as well. Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation. Our mystery person must then fled the Fox chamber when it was open. And that's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Tenma Taro. But Papa and the Alderman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else. What's going on here? LaBelle's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So just how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime? Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo, we have to take down that dirty, rotten Tenma Taro, Florent LaBelle. Right. We'll get him with a large exorcism, justice style. And judging by this next part, it is going to be long as hell. Very long. I'm splitting this in parts regardless because, yeah, that's how it's going to be from here on in. Unless necessary. That is it for this part of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to hit that like button. It means a lot. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. I will see you then. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Product provided by Capcom.